In Akbar's kingdom, there lived a Dhobi and a potter. Their houses were next to each other's house. Dhobi used to wash his clothes in his courtyard and spread them out to dry. Once the clothes were dried and ironed, he used to load them on his donkey and deliver them from house to house. Similarly, the potter used to make his pots on a wheel which he kept in his courtyard. He made pots of different shapes and sizes. These he would lay out in the sun to dry. The donkey had nothing to do all day, while the Dhobi was and ironed the clothes. One day, finding the gate to open, the donkey entered the potter's courtyard. He wanted some fun and frolic in life. He found pots laid out everywhere. The donkey trampled on a few pots. He liked the sound and the feel of the breaking pots. So he trembled all over the courtyard and broke the old pots. The potter came out of his house and saw the broken pots and the Dhobi's donkey. He was livid. His labor over the past 2 days lay in shattered bits. The potter went next door and picked up the stick which Dhobi used for washing clothes. He returned to his courtyard and started beating the donkey. The donkey brayed loudly. Hearing his donkey, the Dhobi rushed out of his house. "Why are you tracing my donkey?" he yelled. "Your stupid donkey broke all my pots. Now I will have no money for food," said the potter. "I will pay for all the broken pots," said the Dhobi, and left enough money in the potter's house and went away with his donkey. However, the potter was still angry. He wanted to punish the Dhobi. He spent the day thinking of ways to get back from the Dhobi. The next day he went to King Akbar's palace. "Your Majesty," he said, "I have just heard that the Shah of Iran has an impressive army. He has many soldiers and elephants. The Shah's elephants are all white and very clean. So how do we make our dirty black elephant white and clean?" inquired Akbar. "The Shah of Iran has a band of Dhobis who clean the elephants twice a day. A Dhobi lives next door to me. He would be happy to clean your Majesty's elephants." The king realized that the potter was up to some mischief. However, he sent for the Dhobi and gave his instruction. The Dhobi spent all the day washing and scrubbing the king's elephant. The elephants certainly looked cleaner, but they were still black in color. He realized the potter was behind this, but there was nothing he could do. As night fell, his fear grew. The king would be very angry if the elephants did not turn white. The Dhobi sneaked away to Birbal's house. After his visit there, he was more ease and slept peacefully that night. The next morning, he presented himself at Akbar's court. "Your Majesty, I need a very huge pot. If I soak the elephant in soapy water, it will turn white." The king summoned the potter and ordered him to make a pot large enough for an elephant to fit in. The potter returned to his house very dejected. He spent 10 days making the pot. When it was dry, 6 men helped him carry it to the palace. Akbar called for the Dhobi along with an elephant. As soon as the elephant stepped into the pot, it hatched into 100 pieces. "This pot is not strong enough," roared Akbar. "Go and make another pot." The potter realized he was beaten. He panicked and fell at Akbar's feet and begged for mercy. He owned up his wicked plan to punish the Dhobi. "Dhobi, tell me, how did you think of this clever scheme?" asked Akbar. "It was Birbal's idea, Your Majesty. I went to him for help." King Akbar called for Birbal. He thanked him for solving a tricky problem.